This is the image that most people in Tucson have of the A-10. But for troops in trouble who need the support of the A-10, it's more like this. That was 50 to 70 rounds, the size of an old Coke bottle being fired. The first sound you heard was actually the bullets breaking the speed of sound as they passed us. The second sound was the gun firing. The A-10 was first built in 1972. The last one made rolled off the line in the mid-1980s. It was designed to be a tank killer if the Cold War turned hot. But its mission changed to close air support, as in supporting troops on the ground in places like Iraq and Afghanistan.
And the best close air support airplane that any country has ever built.
And Mark Kelly would know.
It's unlike a lot of missions we fly in the military. As an attack pilot myself, the guy who flew the A-6 Intruder in combat, you could come back the next day to drop the bomb on the bridge or the building or the ship. When you're doing close air support, you've got to be 100% successful every single time. And this airplane is much more capable at that mission than the F-16 or the F-35 or any other airplane in the inventory.
That opinion is important because the Pentagon has repeatedly tried to retire the plane. Davis-Monthan is key to the future of the A-10 because it is where pilots come to learn how to fly the plane. Lieutenant Brendan Krause is one of those new A-10 pilots. He just graduated a few weeks ago. He says the best part of flying the A-10 is that it does what other planes can't.
It would be either flying super low to the ground and, doing ridge crossings and being able to see stuff that most other fighters don't get to do, and then shooting the gun.
When A-10 students arrive at Davis-Monthan, they're qualified pilots, which is important because there is no two-seat training version of the plane. The new pilots are on their own in the cockpit when they take off.
That was honestly a little bit scary. Coming from the T-38, that's a really difficult plane to land, but transitioning to this, that was my biggest concern, is how am I going to land this jet? I've never done it before, and I'm by myself, but you figure it out. It's a fairly simple aircraft to fly and figure out.
The training pilots get at Davis-Monthan pays off when they deploy overseas and help troops on the ground or protect downed pilots.
The feeling that I feel most about flying combat is I have this image in my mind of being up at kind of our higher hold altitudes and getting a tasking, hearing that there's a troops in contact or someone that needs my support. And my mind is the image of getting the flight steered in that direction, and you feel like you are king of the world.
Davis-Monthan's role in the A-10 community is changing. The Air Force recently announced it's closing the base's combat squadron, a loss of 35 planes. But other A-10 training and test squadrons will move in. In all, the Air Force wants to retire 42 A-10s in the coming year, the majority at Davis-Monthan. The base's role in the future of the A-10 is not limited to training, though. In the last 2 years, the Air Force has invested close to $1 billion to upgrade the A-10, including refurbishing its wings. Part of that re-winging takes place at Davis-Monthan, specifically the 309th A Mark, known around Tucson as the Boneyard.
It's more of a structural inspection and repair. We're looking at major structural components, fittings, and if we have the repair capability, we will. Otherwise, we'll go back to the Engineering and System Program Office at Hill to ask for engineering disposition and repair instructions.
Those repairs include hand carving the ballistic foam that fills the wings of the A-10s, replacing hydraulic lines, and other structural fixes.
We have 35 or so very highly trained artisans here doing a great job and providing that capability back to the A-10 fleet, to warfighter, and the sustainment of the fleet at large.
You have this incredible war machine with all these weapons and all this training, and your wingman with you, and you are flying to the sound of gunfire, and you feel prepared and ready to do that and eager for that opportunity.